Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And boy, oh boy, we have an episode for you guys there today that you definitely don't want to miss. So make sure you go like the video and subscribe to the channel. As y'all know, Skip Bayless is one of the most outspoken people in sports media, right? There are very few people that have stronger opinions about a plethora of things than Skip Bayless. You just have to go watch some LeBron James videos or Tim Tebow videos or Tom Brady videos or Michael Jordan videos or, you know, anti-Giannis videos or whatever it is. Skip Bayless is just one of these people that, you know, he just says what he thinks, and he's one of the big, well, I'm not sure if he says what he thinks, but he's one of those people that really has a lot of strong views, and he gets paid a lot of money for it because he's one of the big wigs in sports media. And Mark Cuban, on the other hand, is one of the most outspoken owners in sports, period. Of all the owners you can think of, you know, Jerry Jones, all of them, he's one of the most outspoken ones, and he has no problem trash talking players and even people in the media, right? There have been many cases of that. But one of the most infamous exchanges that Mark Cuban has had with someone in the media actually was with Skip Bayless in 2011, when I believe it was the Miami Heat, if I'm not mistaken, had beaten the Oklahoma City Thunder. And if y'all remember, the year prior, the Dallas Mavericks had actually beaten the Miami Heat. And he was up there, and he was basically giving his take on things. And this take actually happened over 10 years ago, so I'm sure a lot of people didn't see it. So what we want to do is play a little bit of the exchange between Mark Cuban and Skip Bayless, because they were really going at each other. And then we're going to come back and really get into what happened, you know, as of recent. So take a listen to Mark Cuban and Skip Bayless basically going at each other's throats. Take a listen to that.
We want to start by just finding out what's your, you may have more than one issue, but what's your biggest issue with Skip?
It's not just Skip, it's sports writers, sports media in general, where everything's generalities, right? Excruciating pressure. What the hell is that, right? You know,
it was excruciating pressure. That's what it was.
Is that meaning what, Skip?
Meaning that you personally watched up close and personal what LeBron went through last year against your Dallas Mavericks. Was it not the biggest collapse of a superstar that we've ever witnessed on a finals or championship stage?
No, I mean, first of all, it's a team game. Right, you guys like to talk in complete generalities where no one can question you, right? You don't ever use facts. You don't ever use substance. You don't ever use
facts.
No.
That's all I use on this show.
What, excruciating pressure, undeniable this, you know, it's just all generalities.
There's never been a star under more pressure going into a finals, a championship series or game than LeBron James was under after 9 years and 3 league MVPs.
Well, first of all, you have the presumption that people care what you say. They don't. That when guys go out there, I'm talking about media in general. When guys get ready to play and they're in the locker room, they're not thinking, okay, well, what's written, what's going to be written, what's being said, right? I mean, they're getting prepared. And if you've got a good coach and you've got a good culture, then guys are ready to play no matter what. Like you guys were just talking about, you know, Miami wanted it more or less. Like that is just such horse, you know what, right? There's no such thing as it's not that Oklahoma City don't want it more. I think Miami was better prepared to play the game than Oklahoma City in terms of adjustments and changes. Now, if you want to talk about double teams and how they were used, whether or not they should have played zone, what defensive structure was in place, that's a valid conversation. But just saying they wanted it more, that's ridiculous. Okay. When you're Kevin Durant and you're Derek Fisher and you're Russell Westbrook, etc., and you're at that closeout game, there's nobody that wants it more. It's just a question of who executes better, and then you decide why.
Who played harder in the last games? Miami did every game. LeBron played harder than Kevin Durant did 4 straight games.
That is the most ridiculous thing any sports writer has ever said. Now, if you think when Kevin Durant walked off the court, he thought, yeah, I didn't play quite hard enough, right? Now, you can say like he wasn't put in a position to succeed. You could say that they didn't run the right plays. They didn't get the ball to him on the block enough. And if you were smart, you'd come out and you'd have substance. You say, you know what? This is how many plays they ran to him on the block. Here's how Miami defended it. Now, you can also argue that the Pat Riley way is always the same way all the time. Miami played it the same way all the time, and then we can have a discussion about adjustments.
It seems as if that their long-standing beef finally may have been reignited with what just recently happened after the Suns lost at the hands of the Dallas Mavericks in Game 7 just about a few days ago. So what happened? As y'all know, Lil Wayne was at the game, and he was sitting front row at the game. And Lil Wayne is actually a very close friend of Skip Bayless. So this is the backdrop. And also he's a very close friend of, CP3, Chris Paul. And funny enough, Mark Cuban and Chris Paul just recently did a thing, I believe it was on Bloomberg, talking about business and all the different. So that's essentially the backdrop of, what just happened. So let me explain to you what happened. So basically, the Dallas Mavericks beat the Phoenix Suns, and there are images all over the internet of Lil Wayne pretty much looking dejected and depressed after the loss. So this is what Mark Cuban essentially said. Okay, after the Dallas Mavericks beat the Phoenix Suns, he said, and here's a tweet: "It's a S show. Put you in the front row. Hashtag MFFL." Right. So that's what Mark Cuban had to say. Basically, about Lil Wayne, because Lil Wayne was in the caption. And apparently, that's one of the lines that Lil Wayne used in one of his raps, right? So Lil Wayne, of course, he caught wind of it, and he responded to Mark Cuban, and basically he said in a tweet, "Mark Cuban, don't make me get you smacked, boy. You playing with me, I will, in your mouth," right? I'm not going to say it on the channel because we're not going to be doing that. So that's what he said. That was Lil Wayne's tweet. And then basically, Skip Bayless basically chimed in with his own tweet. And this tweet actually came out yesterday at 4:41 a.m. And he said, "Mark Cuban is a ... joke." So that was what Skip Bayless essentially had to say about the entire situation. So that was basically the exchange. Here are my thoughts on this particular situation here. I think this entire thing escalated way too fast. I think this thing went from trash talking and banter to a totally different place. Like a totally different place. Like it went somewhere else, right? And I'm not 100% sure as to why Lil Wayne decided to take it to that level, to take it to that direction, but nevertheless, he did. Now, here are some other thoughts that I have about this particular exchange here. Listen, I don't think it's wise, right, to be beefing or trying to have conflict with people that have a lot of power and have a lot of money. It's not wise on any level, not on a street level, not even on a military level. It's just not wise, right? You're not going to see smaller armies with smaller budgets going against massive. It's a recipe for disaster. One, because of the personnel, one, because of the tactics, one, because of the money. Like, it's just not wise. And I think it's not wise when you assume that, well, this guy must be soft because all he is just a nerd. Yeah, he may be a nerd, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't have certain proclivities in him that will make him do things, and certainly he ain't gonna be the one doing it that will surprise you. So I just think that that's not necessarily wise to go around underestimating people. Just think, well, they're soft. And I can understand Skip basically standing up for his guy Lil Wayne, because he said Lil Wayne is one of his close friends, and he said that a lot on the Skip Bayless show. He said that quite a lot, and there are even images, I think, of him and his wife at Lil Wayne's house with their friends. Clearly, Lil Wayne has been on Undisputed. I even think he went on ESPN First Take. So they're clearly good friends. I think even dependent, the chain that he wears, I think was a gift from Lil Wayne. So they're very close friends. So I'm not surprised that Skip Bayless basically came to the defense of his friend. I just think that this thing escalated quite quickly. So really, it's really for the audience. The question is this: what do you, first of all, think about the exchange between Skip Bayless and Mark Cuban, their long-standing beef? And finally, do you think this thing went way too far, way too quickly? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, it's just Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day, and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.